Hi and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Chernobyl today, episode 2, Please Remain Calm. And we will try to remain calm, even though that might be hard because the first episode was so intense, so well made, so horrifying to watch, like this whole thing just escalate and how all this misinformation caused panic. And wow, yeah, we are very intrigued about what's going to happen going forward, even though we've heard that these next episodes are going to be very hard to watch. But we are definitely along for the ride because yeah. Do you have any thoughts about this episode? Any expectations besides
Stellan
Skarsgård? Yes, there are some of the bigger actors joining the fray, or yeah, as you can say. In this episode, Stellan Skarsgård and Jared Harris. We did see Jared Harris a bit in the first episode, mainly the first part where he hung himself, and yes, we do, of course, we feel very sorry when a man hangs himself. The fact that we blurted out, "Oh, poor kitty," afterwards is simply just an initial reaction. Of course we feel bad when a person hangs himself. And another, just one quick thing is, we know that you can't just simply quit your job in that situation. The guy who was told to go up to the roof and look down into the reactor. Once again, that was simply just an initial reaction. So we aren't stupid. We know that wasn't really a possibility. But
Without further ado,
should we get into this? Yikes.
You work too hard.
Emily Watson.
Something with a space program like a satellite or...
She's not gonna get through, is she?
No one's answering the phone.
oh yeah, they cut all communication. She think the worst.
What are you doing? What is that?
Milk. It's milk. Much better than water.
No, stop!
What are you doing?
These are radiation burns. Their clothes are contaminated. Help me!
Shouldn't they be wearing gloves? Their hand in that. I don't know. Burn it?
Yep.
Yeah, they should be wearing gloves.
That's a beautiful couch.
Thank you all for your duty to this commission. We will begin with Deputy Chairman Sherbina's briefing.
In terms of radiation, Plant Director Bricano reports no more than 3.6 Röntgen. I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest x-ray, so if you're overdue for a checkup...
If there is nothing else, meeting adjourned. Pardon me?
Bricano reports that the reactor core is intact. And as for the radiation...
Yes, 3.6 Röntgen, which, by the way, is not the equivalent of one chest x-ray, but rather 400 chest x-rays. That number's been bothering me for a different reason, though. It's also the maximum reading on low-limit dosimeters. They gave us the number they had. I think the true number is much, much higher. If I'm right, this fireman was holding the equivalent of 4 million chest x-rays in his hand.
Dr. Legasso, there's no place for alarmist
It's
hysteria.
not alarmist if it's a fact.
Well, I don't hear any facts at all. I want you to go to Chernobyl. You take a look at the reactor, you personally, and you report directly back to me.
Wise decision, Comrade General Secretary.
And take Professor Legasso with you.
Forgive me, Comrade General Secretary, but I don't...
Do you know how a nuclear reactor works?
No.
No. Well, then how will you know what you're looking at? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
How does a nuclear reactor work?
What?
It's a simple question.
No.
It's hardly a simple answer.
Of course. You presume I'm too stupid to understand. So I'll restate. Tell me how a nuclear reactor works, or I'll have one of these soldiers throw you out of the helicopter.
Okay then.
Good. I know how a nuclear reactor works. No, I don't need you.
You might.
Head see inside.
I don't have to. Look, that's graphite on the roof. The whole building's been blown open. The core's exposed.
I can't see how you can tell that from here.
Oh, for God's sake. Look at that glow. That's radiation ionizing the air.
Like we can't see, we don't know. Get us directly over the building.
Boris,
Don't you
we
find
fly
it?
directly over.
But out of reactor point.
Dead within a week, dead.
Get us over that building, or I'll have you shot.
Oh my god, no.
If you fly directly over that core, I promise you by tomorrow morning you'll be begging for that bullet.
Nope.
He just disobeyed an order.
I must tell you, this is why no one likes scientists. When we have a disease to cure, where are they? In a lab, noses in their books, and so grandma dies. But when there isn't a problem, they're everywhere, spreading fear.
I know about Chernobyl.
There has been an accident at Chernobyl, but I've been assured there is no problem.
I'm telling you that there is.
I prefer my opinion to yours.
I'm a nuclear physicist. Stay with iodine. We'll keep your thyroid from absorbing radioactive iodine. Take one a day for as long as they last. And go east. Get as far from Minsk as you can.
Yeah, I would listen to that. Oh.
It's disgraceful. Really. To spread disinformation at a time like this.
Why did I see graphite on the roof? Graphite is only found in the core, where it's used as a neutron flux moderator. Correct?
Tommy, why did the Deputy Chairman see graphite on the roof?
Oh, that can't be. Comrade Shavina, my apologies, but graphite. That's not possible. Perhaps you saw burnt concrete.
Now they have made a mistake. Because I may not know much about nuclear reactors. I know a lot about concrete.
Comrade, I assure you
I
that...
understand. The thing they got is wrong. How shall we prove it?
Our high-range dosimeter just arrived. We could cover one of our trucks with lead shielding. Mount the dosimeter on the front. Have one of your men get as close to the fire as you can. Give them every bit of protection you have, but understand that even with lead shielding, it may not be enough. Then I'll do it myself.
Whoa. Integrity move.
It's not too long, Ken. It's 15,000.
Comrade Savina.
What does that number mean?
It means the core is open. It'll burn and spread its poison until the entire continent is dead.
Fusion scored Comrade Burkhanov and from in to the local party headquarters. For your service. No excuse.
Thank you for your service. Whoa.
At least evacuate Pripyat. It's 3 kilometers away.
That's my decision to make.
Naked.
I've been told not to.
Is it or is it not your decision?
I'm in charge here. This will go much easier if you talk to me about the things you do understand and not about the things you do not understand.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get you 5,000 tons of sand and boron.
Oh, that was quick. There's so much radiation.
Maybe I should visit them.
No, they don't want visitors.
I'm sorry, I have to get back to work. It's very busy right now. Goodbye.
Genius.
They're dropping sand and boron on the fire.
Well, he's a medical doctor. If it says it's safe, it's safe.
Not if they stay here.
We're staying here.
Yes, we are. And we'll be dead in 5 years.
Stop whatever you're doing here. Get out.
rushing water into the structure this whole time.
Tanks are full.
Oh no.
Tanks are full.
It's a good thing she showed up.
The uranium will melt the sand, creating a kind of lava which will begin to melt down through the shield below.
You've made lava.
I anticipated this.
When the lava enters these tanks, it will instantly superheat and vaporize approximately 7,000 cubic meters of water, causing a significant thermal explosion.
Of course, we will need your permission.
My permission for what?
The water in these ducts, the level of radioactive contamination.
They'll likely be dead in a week.
We're asking for your permission to kill 3 men.
All victories inevitably come at a cost.
Ah, no.
Why should we do this? For what, 400 rubles?
You'll do it because it must be done.
Yeah, I'm afraid you'll need a different approach.
You do it because nobody else can. I spit on the people who did this. And it caused the price I have to pay. I'm making my peace with it. Now you make yours. Go into that water, as it must be done.
You got that, Suicide Squad. Oh, come on. Wow. Alright, that was the second episode. Please remain calm. I imagine that was what they were saying, like on those loudspeakers when they were driving around in the city and evacuating. It was like, please remain calm in Russian. There were no subtitles, so I don't know. Just the mood of the episode, or just the mood of this series overall from the first 2 episodes, it just keeps on building and yeah, getting more and more intense. Yeah, how did you like the episode?
It was really intense. Of course, this time we were getting to know a little bit more about the reactor and how this thing works.
Yeah, and how
definitely how it does not work.
Yeah, how it all went wrong and what
Well,
happened.
they still don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, not exactly, but this whole, like, it doesn't seem as far-fetched as everyone believed in the first episode, that, oh, come on, this reactor can't explode. Tell me how a reactor like this can explode. And in this one, we get a little bit more insight to how it could have happened, or like all the elements involved, and then we'll probably get like the final theory about how it happened later on.
Maybe,
yes, maybe. Don't know. I don't even know if that's something we know in real life yet. It is. Okay, yeah. Well, then they'll probably get into that at some point. But once again, it was so well done, and just the music, especially towards the end, with the 3 volunteers down in the water. It wasn't even the music. It was more like the natural sounds that was coming. Well, the sounds that was coming from their equipment, and them walking around in the water and getting more and more frantic in their movements, and just very well done. I think that was extremely well done.
I also really liked the Shabina character, Stellan Skarsgård's character, that went from being like an arrogant asshole when he kind of realizes what's going on and how severe the situation is. You can see how it affects him.
Yes.
And how more concerned and also I think he's getting scared.
I think so too, yeah.
And you can see how it kind of develops in his character and the way he goes from just being an overall asshole to actually using his position and his authority to actually get something done.
Yes, definitely. His character had quite the shift throughout the episode, as you said, because we were expecting, or I was expecting at least, that he was going to be this, as you said, like this bureaucratic asshole who was just going to put up roadblocks for them like through the entire way. But he pretty quickly figured out that there is something true to this theory about the core being the one being like the core exploded and they might have to evacuate and everything. Like his evolution just in this episode was amazing to watch, and the acting of course is just on point.
Also a big shout out to Emily Watson's character.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved her, also because I myself am a female scientist, so I can definitely relate to her a lot.
Yeah, in her position, definitely. And even like, I can't even, we'll try to remember the names till next time. The Professor, Jared Harris' role.
Legasov?
Yeah, Legasov. He actually, like his character kind of evolved in a different direction than Stellan Skarsgård's character, because he went from being like very concerned, very emotionally touched by this whole thing, to having to make some very hard decisions, and like this, we're asking your permission to kill 3 men, and this has to be done. It's like, and
or else 60 million people.
Exactly, and
at least
he has to make some very hard decisions, and he makes them not without pausing or not without hesitation or reservations, but he's pretty quick to make these, and he's pretty adamant about making these decisions. Whereas Skarsgård's role, like his character is more. He started off in that way, and then towards the end, it looked like he was the one who was being more emotionally touched by it, and more like, are we doing the right thing? And just from this episode alone, interesting to watch these actors or characters evolve. And what's gonna happen next? Probably not anything good for a while. They kind of ended this one on a cliffhanger, I would say. So. Very intrigued to watch the next one.
Well, we kind of know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
But
of
still,
course.
we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, the way they're like structuring it narratively and like how they want to tell the story. That's the very exciting part, I think.
Yes.
But I think that's it for this reaction and review of the 2nd episode of Chernobyl. We are looking so much forward to the rest of the series. We're gonna try to watch them and upload the videos a little faster.
You guys are really asking for it.
yeah, like there's so many comments about. Please watch the rest of the series. We're going to watch all 5 episodes. No worries. We won't just watch a couple and then call it quits. We couldn't do that.
We're definitely continuing.
Definitely. And speaking of comments, it's been so nice just reading all of you guys' comments and just how much passion you have for this and your opinions.
Your stories
the
and
stories,
your
yeah.
experiences, and those of you who were alive at this point.
Yeah, or have like family that's been touched by this catastrophe or anything like that. It's so interesting to hear about all of this. So please keep the comments coming.
Please.
Yeah, and just of course, as always, remember to be respectful and kind, and like we don't know everything about like Soviet
Life.
society and structure, political structure.
No.
So, but if there's something we don't know, if there's something that you think, oh, they
Would like
interpreted
to know.
that wrong or something, just please tell us in a kind way. And yeah,
definitely.
that's all we ask. Because yeah, we just
We would
love
love to
interacting.
know.
We would love to know as much as possible. So please keep them coming. Yep, I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.